Talk Radio.
What up, y'all? This is your boy Rodney Perry. You're tuned in to Rodney Perry Live. We're coming at you from the Rodney Perry Studios. Are you in the going down? Welcome, my guest for today on the line. I got to make sure, I shout out his proper title. Mr. United States in the building. Welcome to the show. Mr. Avery Wilson. What's up, Avery?
What's good, Rodney, man? How are you?
Man, I'm great, man. Thank you so much for coming on the show, man. I got to tell you, I had no idea there was a Mr. Pageant. Tell me how you got involved in the pageant world.
Yeah, it's actually a pretty new initiative. This is only the second year of its existence, and it's odd because I've worked with young women in the Miss America organization for a while as a local director, but a friend of mine reached out to me and told me that they were starting this new initiative for guys kind of along the same lines, something very legit for guys who really want to kind of do meaningful work and service in their communities and give back, but also kind of wanted to put themselves through a competition, with fitness and formal wear and all that kind of stuff. And I thought, this is right up my alley. So last year I won the title of Mr. Louisiana. I went to New York and represented my home state and brought home the title. And so it's been rocking ever since.
I mean, is it mixed martial arts? Are y'all fighting?
not on stage, we're not. But anytime it's a competition with all men, there's a lot of testosterone in the building. There's a lot of competitive energy. So of course, before swimwear and all that kind of stuff, we're outside doing push-ups and stuff like that. But no, it's right. Full on. It's literally the guy that you would think Miss America and Miss USA would want. It's somebody just in the middle of that. He's poised enough to be able to do private interviews, on-stage questions. Like I said, it's meaningful platform work in your communities, but it's also, it's fitness. It's looking the part and showing up as a true gentleman. The organization's mantra is the nation's gentleman. So it's all about trying to kind of, I guess, restore that whole value of chivalry and just bringing it back to being a good guy,
Hey, you're from Baton Rouge, Louisiana. My wife hails from Meat, Louisiana, which is right up the road.
Right down the street, yeah, okay.
Yeah, so I know the area, man. You guys are gearing up for another year. So will you be defending you think with guys you have to defend the crown, or you got to do it again? How's it gonna work in 2017?
Well, I only get 1 year. I get one shot at it. So my reign ends in July. We'll be passing down the crown and giving it to the next guy. We have two divisions, one for teens, guys ages 14 to 18, and we have an adult division for guys 19 to 34. So right now we're on this national tour to where we're hitting different cities. We're very excited to be in Atlanta this weekend, and that's our goal. We're trying to find the next guy who could possibly take on the title, take on the crown, and do some amazing stuff in the community this year.
Love matters. Living optimistic values every day. That's your platform, man. Tell me about Love Matters, man.
Yeah, all the guys in the pageant have to choose something, like I said, that's some meaningful work in the community that they want to give back. And I felt like it needed to be something that was true and genuine to my heart and my spirit. And love has just been something that's always been that I've been raised on, and it's something that I think we don't talk about enough in society. So I find that if we just kind of really put energy towards just living optimistic values, just trying to find those positive things that we can focus on every day, and it's three pillars. It's a love for self, it's a love for others, and a love for something greater. So I literally push my message around the country throughout this entire year, trying to encourage people to, one, get in tune with who they are as a person, love on yourself a little bit more, take pride in who you are, and that typically changes your relationships. Giving, energy to others, loving others, and, small things like, just a kind word on the street or just a compliment or just, you'd be amazed at how that creates this infectious energy that really can change the world. And lastly, the whole idea of loving for something greater. I truly believe that there's a spirit that lives on the inside of all of us that's greater than anything in the world. And so, in a vast world right now where we got, political craziness and, people are constantly fighting one another with racism and prejudice and religious intolerance, like, it's really about, like, just trying to find those common threads that realize that we're really all human and we have these commonalities. Even though we don't always agree on everything, we can always embrace an acceptance, for one another. So that's what my message is really about.
Man, that's very dope, man. Hey, let's talk about acts of random kindness, man. I think that's a great element of your platform. What are some of the acts of random kindness that you're going out there doing, man?
Man, you would be surprised. One of the things, like this past weekend, I was in New Orleans, and I got a chance to just send some guys who were in our prison system some books. So often I feel like we push, people who are in our criminal system, away, and we shut them out. And the reality is, so much about our criminal system needs reform. So much of it needs change. Even in my talent for the pageant, I dedicated my talent performance. I'm a dancer, but I danced to this Change Gonna Come. I dressed up like I'm also a dancer. So I kind of wanted to speak to that. I dressed up in prison, gear, and I really wanted to kind of talk about, because Louisiana has one of the highest incarceration rates of African-American males. And so, just talking about what that whole phenomenon is like, and, whether it's, putting a lot of energy in terms of how we get to this spot, or, how the system is set up and designed, but even there are small things that we can still do right now, even though we have a lot of work to do to change the system, just educating one another, showing love to one another. And man, you would be surprised at just something like that. Like, I literally just was donating books to guys in prison, and just to see the smile on their faces and just lighting up that, one, somebody thought about them to come out and visit, but beyond that they were willing to kind of share a book or share some kind of words that inspired them. Like, you just would be amazed at how long that goes. So every now and every week we do this thing on every Friday. We just try to find random things in the community. It doesn't have to be big. One day I literally was just about, going to the cleaners, and this lady just kind of wanted to vent. I could tell she was having some frustrations. We had a historic flood in Louisiana, and she was still struggling with trying to get back on her feet. And just talking to her as an Asian woman, just me as a black male, listening to her, her concerns, it just changed the whole course of her day, just showing a little kindness. So, we're just trying to encourage people to kind of like get into that, because we all have, like I said, our things that weigh us down every day, but just getting outside of ourselves sometimes and thinking about others and showing them a little kindness, not only does it make their day better, but it also kind of brings you some life and energy too.
Hey, Avery, man, I'm really impressed with the platform, dog. What's your social media so people can contact you?
Absolutely. It's Mr. United States. It's MISTER United States on Facebook and Instagram. My personal stuff is Avery D. Wilson. Same thing, Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. But yeah, you can look us up online also with www.mrunitedstates.org, and we have all the information about what the organization is doing and also what I'm doing, traveling around the country until my reign ends.
Hey, Avery, last question, man. Of course, the topic of the day is situationships. Have you ever been in a situationship, man? I mean, you didn't really know what it was. You didn't really have a definition.
Yeah, man. I was listening to you guys earlier. I'm a big fan of yours, by the way. But yeah, I've been listening to the conversation today, and I'm not gonna lie to you. I'm constantly in those, and I kind of think it's what the energy we put out. Like, we pretty much attract everything into our lives. And so I've kind of found myself in this place of not wanting to be tied down into a relationship, not wanting to bear the responsibility of that. I'm really focused on a lot of stuff I'm doing personally. So I feel like because I'm emitting that kind of energy, I tend to attract a lot of situationships. So I don't know. I just kind of, when I was listening earlier, I just kept thinking, I don't think it's just, guys versus women, age younger or older. It's really all about what we want in life. And if we kind of put whatever energy we put out, we typically always attract it.
Hey, Avery, man, I can't thank you enough for calling in today, man. And congratulations on the tour. You out there. The website, averydwilson.com. all the social medias, Avery D. Wilson as well. My man. Hey, thanks for the call, Avery.
Man, thank you so much, Rodney. I appreciate it.